Hey guys, if you're over the age of 50, maybe you're feeling the financial squeeze of taking care of aging parents or adult children, then you're going to want to pay attention to this video. Now, according to the Schroders Retirement Survey, about 8 out of 10 Gen Xers are worried that they will not have enough to retire comfortably. And I feel this is unsettling because I noticed in the comment section on my previous videos that many of you were stressed out about retirement, but you don't know what to do or what options that you have. And I'm going to share with you 5 reasons why I started online business. The first one is I want to create a cash flow asset. Now, many North Americans, their net worth is tied up in their house. So they're not able to tap into the equity unless they sell it. So when you're retired, it's going to be very tough. You're going to rely on Social Security. Maybe your investments are not going to be enough to cover it. So for me, it's just create that extra layer of security, feeling of, I guess, comfort to have that extra side income coming in. And no matter how much it is, I mean, it could be $1,000, it could be $500. I think anything helps, right? And the other thing I want to mention is, yes, many of us have saved enough money to retire on, but in my opinion is, do you really want to rely on the markets to generate your retirement income? Because I know that we had a record run with the S&P 500, but it can change. And then, it could turn your retirement into something a little bit more stressful. I know for myself, I didn't want to just retire. I want to retire comfortably and be able to do the things that I want. And building an online business will allow you to have options that you didn't have before. And the other thing is, during COVID, it taught me a lesson because my school was shut down during that time. And I remember just feeling almost helpless. And I want to make sure that this time around that I was going to create an income stream that wasn't going to be affected by closures such as this. So it was a lesson learned. And the second thing I want to share with you on why I started online business was I want to leverage my life experience. And I think many of you who retire want to retire to a stress-free life because you've been working so hard, slaving away for many decades, and you earned it. So I want you to think about this because I think many of you think after retirement, well, what do I have to offer if I were to start an online business? And I want you to stop that mindset because that mindset of not believing that you have anything to offer. Because I thought of myself for many years as just a martial artist. And everything that I thought about business revolved around the martial arts. And that couldn't be further from the truth because there's a lot of things that I learned during my martial arts career. Running a business, entrepreneurship, sales, marketing, coaching, teaching, mentoring, all those things, public speaking, all those skills that I didn't really take into account when I was starting a online business because I thought everything had to revolve around the martial arts. And I want you to think about the same way. Think about like what experience that you have that you can leverage, and how can those skills that you have help someone in the world? And there always is someone that's looking for your skill set and looking for your advice. So for those of you who want to take control of their retirement and discover the skills that they have to create an online business, I put together a free experience audit checklist for you. Now you can download it using the link below in the description or the pinned comment below. Now the third thing I want to discuss is I started online business because it was location independent. Because a job just keeps you stuck. You're in control of your employer, the location. And I wanted something where I can wake up in the morning, go on my phone or my laptop and just conduct business from there and make income. And it's always been something I always strive for ever since I was in my 30s when I started learning about online businesses. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things about it. I'm really right now, able to have my school run with my staff and be able to go travel and stay in locations around the world for an extended period of time. But even better, online business, you don't have to have any staff. You can just do it by yourself, or you can hire a virtual assistant to run things in the background. So it's very flexible, and I think it's one of the best things that one can do if you really want to have freedom in your life when you retire. Or maybe you might want to work on the online business on the side and eventually transition out of your work and retire a little bit early, right? The fourth thing that I want to mention about starting an online business is it gives me great purpose. I mean, I wake up every day and excited about building something new and making money doing it. And it's for me, this channel is not about hype and hustle culture and make $1 million. It's about deciding what is enough and using the tools of having an online business to make just enough income for you to be happy and comfortable. Maybe for some people it might be an extra $300 a month. Maybe some people it might be a couple thousand. Maybe some people it might be 10,000, wherever it's going to take you. But for me, it's just like start an online business that's going to create the less amount of stress so that you can live life freely. Because I thought about, people ask me, are you going to open up more martial arts schools? And I told them I'm probably not going to, because I didn't want to, spend another 5 or 10 years, running a school and building it and being stressed out about it. So otherwise, you're not enjoying life, you're not living anymore. You're just, working all the time, and it doesn't matter how much money you make, because if you don't have time to go spend it and enjoy, then what's the purpose of all of it? Anyways, and like I said, you can also start an online business for nothing, really. I mean, you can start for free. Starting up YouTube channels is one of the ways that you can do an online business. So lastly, I want to mention that starting an online business is, yes, for me, it's fun. I mean, I love reading all your comments, and I started a YouTube channel in January, and so far it's grown to almost 4,500 subscribers, and it got monetized within 2.5 months, which is incredible, because I spoke to some other YouTuber, 2 vets, and they said that it took them years before they got monetized. So I was very lucky. It doesn't bring in like a ton of money because it's ad revenue, but it's what it proved to me that it worked. And hey, an extra few $100, $700 a month, hey, I'm not complaining, right? So I have to share with you this story, because in 2017, I started create my first online course, but I didn't know anything about scaling and stuff like that. So it kind of died after, after a year. And plus I had started my martial arts school, so I was busy with that. And so that kind of inspired me to think about, starting an online business again when I turned 57. So that's where we are today. But I wanted to share with you this story because when I had that course, it's a Instagram account called White Belt Warriors, and I grew it within, I think, 3 or 4 months to 15,000 followers. And so it was just free content, just teaching beginners of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, different techniques and so forth. So I was sitting at a restaurant one day having lunch with some of my friends, and this gentleman comes up and taps me on the shoulder. And I looked back, and he had just kind of a neutral look on his face, and he says, "Are you Professor Raz?" Anyways, just to let you know, Professor Raz in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu means the sensei, okay, or teacher in Portuguese. So he extended his hand out to me and shook my hand. He says, I just wanted to come over here and thank you for helping us white belts around the world. And I was just so touched by it, right? Because I thought, who the hell am I, right? And this person recognized, but I was getting, messages and emails from people from around the world showing me their gold medals that they won at matches and thanking me for sharing the content to help their journey. So that was really, interesting, and it never ceases to amaze me where, even people from, I had students that moved back to the Philippines and they would join a new martial arts club, and they would ask, who did you train under? They said, well, I trained under Professor Raz Chan. And they would say, oh yeah, we know him because we know his channel, and people in Romania. So it's incredible, the influence that you can have on other people. And so I want to just share that story with you, and I want you to remember that if you're thinking about starting an online business, you're not too old and you're not starting from zero. You have many, many, many decades of experience that you can use to help other people around the world. So just remember that. So I hope this video inspires you to take control of the second chapter of your life. And if you like the content on my channel or you love this video, please feel free to like, share, or subscribe, and feel free to check out my next video. Okay, I'll talk to you next time, and take care. And woo, look at this beautiful day here. Look at this lake here. I'm gonna give you a shot of all this. This is wonderful. Yeah, it's a nice day to get out of the office and just take you for a little tour around my neighborhood, all right? Okay, so see you next time. Take care.